but to step outside of Kanye, like even if it's your boy, and to bring it back to the topic, like just to talk about your boy wilding in that situation, what would be that solution? Like, how do you approach your boy like that? Because if your boy's been popping off like that for a minute, and then you become boys, and then he starts popping off, do you rein that in? Do you let him rock because he's always rocked like that, or do you check him right then and there and be like, yo, fam, if we rolling together, I can't have it. We can't be acting like this around each other because it it essentially puts a target on our backs. But you got to let me know from the get go where we going with that,
Yeah,
because it
Yeah.
puts us in a situation to where now we're concerned for our safety. Now we're concerned for how as bad as it sounds, how we look at to the everybody from the outside looking
yeah,
in. You have to be aware of that. Like, as much as we shouldn't care about it, in my
hmm
opinion, like it's something you have to be aware of, because that's just the way society works at this particular moment in time. Like, you can't be looking crazy out here, for lack of a better term. But like,
I mean,
what
I
would
think
be
to
that
what you're
solution?
saying, like, I'm sorry, keep going.
No, no, you go ahead.
To what you're saying, like, I feel like for me, like, everyone makes a choice in how they act, what they want to do at times. I feel like to that extent, I just need to understand what your intentions are. Like, what are you doing it for? Like, is this really your viewpoint? Like, why'd you put that out there? And then, like you say, like, you make a choice based on that. Like, hey, do I want to be associated with that? And I'm gonna let you know honestly, like, I don't want to be associated with that. Like, you kind of
yeah,
wilding. If I met you and you were that way, then like obviously, like I ask questions, so I'm gonna figure out what your headspace is. Like, why are you that way? But like, if I don't know you, like, well, how much put this? If I do know you, I've known you for a long time, and you start wilding out, we gonna get into that conversation early. You wilding.
yeah,
I don't know why you doing what you're doing, but like it sounds and it looks stupid. It looks kind of wild. So I think it just depends on like how long I've known you type of thing. Like if I'm a how long I've known you is gonna kind of depend on how I like treat you in that situation. Like, do I offer you that immediate grace and be like, you kind of wilding, I'm gonna work with you, or like if I met you and you were that way, I'm gonna kind of ask a question like, why are you kind of like leading to like, why are you that way and why do you have that
hmm
viewpoint? And then from there, it's like, well, that's your choice. Like,
yeah, man. I don't know, like the whole situation is wild. I definitely rock and agree with everything y'all are saying, and I mean it's right. Like, I mean, I don't know, Fab. Like to kind of answer your question, I think what that looks like for me is like, so if it's to the point where it's like I meet you and you are already on that kind of energy, me knowing myself, I feel like it would have been different if I was like under 30, because then it would have been like, oh, well, like, he just with it. He with it. He gonna speak his mind. We having a good time and stuff. But I think as you get older and as you mature, and of course that can happen, under 30 as well. But just for me, once I hit that 30 mark, it was like, all right, man, I know what I want in life. I know what direction I'm trying to go in. I know who I'm trying to be associated with. I don't need to be friends with everybody. So if I meet you and you already on that kind of time, then it's like, all right, bro, like I share advice where it's wanted or needed if you ask for it. But if that's what you want, that's what you want. Now, if you my boy, yeah, first it's like if it was one of y'all, like man, y'all been to my house, we done like shared this same bed, like we family.
know
Yeah,
your
y'all know my
mama,
mama,
I
we
know your
boys.
mama. Facts, right?
Yeah,
I know your
right?
mama.
she asks about you all the time. She still call you Kassine. That's how she say your name every time.
Oh, I love it. Hey, man, tell mama I said what's up. I'm doing well,
Of
man.
course,
Much
man.
love her, man.
Man.
Her way for sure.
But yeah, bro, it's like if one of y'all are wilding like that, or even if I'm wilding like that, it's like we done been brothers for so long. Like y'all have full authority to like correct me and check me when I'm wilding. And I think like to Fabi's point he mentioned earlier, it's like Ye kind of almost been dolo, uh, like for himself for the majority of his career. Like yeah, he had his mom, then she left. Yeah, he had Hole, but then that was kind of almost like a competitive, like sibling rivalry type thing. So like that was what it was, and he had other people in his corner, but I feel like not anyone to the extent where he was able to like let him in and like really be vulnerable with him. Because when he did that with his mom, she got called on the glory, and it was like, all right, I'm just doing it for me now. because the person that had my best interest in mind is gone now. And not saying that to excuse his behavior, but I just think that's probably the thought process, the things that's underlining all of these behaviors that he still to this day, years later, hasn't addressed. So, I mean, hey, we gonna keep our brother in prayer, and hopefully he get it together at some point. But yeah, man, look, if you got a homie out there, if they wilding, check them with love, right?
For sure.
And
That's really your homie.
yeah, and as we talking about checking, um, who who just had a little straightening is Poole. That boy went night night at practice. So if y'all don't
Hey,
know,
man.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, so if y'all don't know, if y'all been under a rock, uh, Draymond Green, Jordan Poole, it's been all over the news lately, man. They got into a little scruffle at practice, and the video kind of got leaked to the public. So it's been a lot of people sharing their opinion, sharing their insight on certain things. So of course, here at the Coterie, we got to talk about that. We got to discuss that. So from y'all perspective, man, how do y'all feel about the situation? Do y'all think it was handled properly, especially if they supposed to be boys, right? Or I mean, are they boys? Like we can have that discussion. But with them being boys, with them being homies or teammates, is it appropriate for you to straighten out your coworker at the
That's the thing,
at the
because
water cooler?
y'all ain't gotta be boys, but y'all co-workers. Like, you be putting your hands on your coworker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on now. If one of my coworkers, say if I mean, right now I work from home, so ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? But if I was working back in my retail job, back when I was working at Home Depot, or whatever the case may be, if somebody thought to put their hands on me, I swear they was gonna be in the paint mixing real quick. Like, nah, man. No, you don't do that. We don't, bro. And especially, okay, Jordan Poole, he's a young man, 22, 23, whatever. Draymond, 33. Bro, you are grown. You are an adult. You're a grown dog. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let the young man cook, man. He getting some little money, bro. You made your money, bro. Like, if it's even boiling down to money,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what was put out. He was going on about him getting his pool, and he was going off cracking jokes, and then said to Draymond, you know what it is. Like, bro, let the young man shine, bro. You had your moment, bro. Yeah, you know what it is. I'm getting this bag, dog. Like, but like to go off and like you said it was a scuffle. It wasn't even that, because Draymond folded him. Like, bro, it's your coworker. Like, no matter why, it shouldn't even get to that. Like, it shouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? Walk off, step to the side. Yo, yeah, that was crazy. It should never get to that with coworkers. Just period.
Yeah,
Period.
it was just a crazy situation, and the internet and Twitter, they always blow it up, making something different. Like, I've heard the craziest things, the most nuts things, like Beats by Dre has been in circulation. I was like, yo, that was nuts. I was done. I read that one early in the morning. I was cracking up. I was like, yo, that's like, but like to rein it in from that situation, like, yeah, there's jokes in it, but like it should never escalate to that point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they literally have arguably one of the best jobs in the world.
Facts.
Yo, get paid to who?
I'm gonna hand you this basketball. Go out there and enjoy it. That's literally
I'll be
how
a bench player,
bro.
That's literally it, man.
And then even Draymond, bro, like, he literally gets paid to go out there and be a bully. He's getting paid to do the things that he wants to do. So it's like, look, my boy can drop 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and he's like, hey, I'm good. I did my part.
Job done.
And it's done deal, but it's like, and I can't speak to it, but I'm not in their position. I can only speak to it from the outside looking in. Like, yeah, I just feel like it's wild to even think about putting your hands on somebody in that situation. But like, I don't know what was said. They speculate. Everybody was running around saying he called him triple single, and that's how
you mad because I'm
all
styling on you. One of those. I've never ever seen that video with the rap video.
I'm styling
you
on
mad because I'm styling on you. You mad because I got the 40 cal. classic video, a rap battle, and the dude
They
got
got
punched
dropped.
for
For
sure.
real, man. And it's like, like again, the jokes be flying, but like I feel like it's just because the video
Yeah.
got out. For the
Yeah.
big of it,
Well, that's the
like
jokes, yeah, because the video got
yeah,
out. But like,
that
still
the
at the
video
end of
got
the
out.
day,
Still at the end, because I feel like it would have been squashed and settled right then and
Mhm.
there
you
if that
think?
whole I feel like it was
You
one of
think?
those things because I feel like from what we've seen from Draymond's career, like that man act purely on emotion.
That
He's
is
he's
true. But
he's
he hit him
purely
with
on
one of them
emotion,
punches like, hey, man, okay,
bruh.
real
He,
quick, back at FIU, real quick, we had two dudes that fought over some 2K or whatever. They was supposed to be real good homies. And they was beefing, they was going at it, and one of the dudes said, man, I've been waiting to fight you since I met you. That was one of those punches. Draymond hit him with, bro, I've been waiting to punch you since I met you. That was one of them punches, bro. That is not
Yeah.
squashed. That is not squashed immediately, bro. Nah,
man,
not like that,
That's
I,
bro.
But
I just
I
feel
think
like
they would have handled it. I think
yeah,
internally they would have handled it.
it would have gotten to a point where it's not as big a thing because the team would have pulled them all together and be like, fam, he deserved to get the lick that he got. You shouldn't have been talking, but at the same time, you shouldn't have put hands on him. Can we come to a consensus here? And it's like, all right, whatever.
So
Like,
this
Be
is
it
amicable at
is
so
worst.
yeah,
like
yeah. So
just
that's going to
dribble
my
the
point. So
ball.
this is my caveat with that, right? I can understand if this was just like like just homies hooping on the outside, but like we getting bread here. Like we're at work. This is like a place of business. So it's like if I'm at my job, I don't like something my coworkers say, and I punch them in the face. Ain't no hey, like
Yo.
you said something to deserve that punch, but you shouldn't have threw it. Y'all shake hands and just be nice to each other. Nah, bro, there has to be
Everybody.
consequences. And
Right.
for Draymond,
Yeah,
did he even get a fine? All he had to do is just do an apology.
yeah.
I
No.
think he got.
He did get fined? Oh,
I
I
think he
didn't
got
know.
I think he got fined.
suspended for like two days or something like that as
He
well.
did. He did get a little suspension. I mean, but I
I
was like,
Yeah.
it was training camp, bro. He was there on opening
Yeah.
night.
Right.
He was there for the
Right.
ring ceremony. So like, you know what I'm saying? They just literally
Yeah.
they trying to brush it underneath the rug type stuff. And whatever the season starts, they trying to make sure chemistry high. They trying to run it back, get him another
Mhm.
ring. But still, bro, like,
I mean, I think someone said like one of the veteran basketball players said like stuff like this happen all the time.
Yeah.
You
I'm
just don't
sure.
see it.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I
So it's
mean,
Exactly.
like
Like
with sports and stuff, I'm sure it gets to that point. But like,
right.
I feel
Tensions
like
get high,
it's
like
never should
emotions.
be. It should never get to a point of just being physical. Like, it should
I just
never.
I just
I
feel like
mean,
it
yeah,
it
like
used.
yeah, unless it needs to be, but like I think it just we wouldn't have known, and like they would have worked it out internally. Whether
Yeah.
like they, tensions
Mhm.
got hot, whatever, they would have worked it out internally, like Fabrice said,
Yeah,
and
for
we
sure.
wouldn't. It wouldn't have been as big as thing. Now it's like in the media, so it's like even them being like, we're going to suspend him for like 2 days and like fine him. That was kind of like a slap on the wrist of like,
Yeah.
we know this stuff happened, but
Right.
like we got to do something.
I mean,
Because like
obviously they look like they worked it out because they was hooping, so no problem.
I mean,
for
So
real,
you still cannot work something out and still do your job.
can you? I mean, I guess. I mean, some people can keep it separate. I don't know.
not
I
not
I'm gonna
always
for
see.
fall
I'm
to.
gonna see you. I'm gonna see you after work though. But
I
like
always fall on
while
the
we
side
working
of
to get in this bag, like
yeah.
yeah.
I don't
People
know
are
not for long
emotional. I
though.
don't know. Like so.
Not for long. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert said nah.
Nah,
it
Utah said
didn't.
no because they trash. But
It
yeah.
didn't work. They said nah.
Ooh, boy.
But it goes back to that. It's like if this is what's popping off right now, I can't you can't even imagine the NBA in the '90s and the early 2000s, like in the late
Right.
'80s, like it had to be trial
Yeah.
by fire, like and those teams still found success, and those teammates still talk to each other every day, and all this stuff happens. Like
Yeah.
You think Steve Kerr talked to Michael Jordan?
Bro, no.
no,
Oh no.
no, I don't know about that one. That one kind of wild. Like if I being real, I you keep it cordial when you see him because we both on that legend tip. But at the same time, it's like, fam, walk the
Yeah.
other way though. We acknowledged each other. Walk
Yeah.
that way now.
Said you can
Like,
catch another one.
but, Yeah,
Right.
but
I
like
mean, but
I'm sure
yeah,
they've worked it out. They probably spoken about
they
it,
got a
handled
ring.
handled
So
that. But and it is what it is. But it's like
yeah,
it's still one of those things. It's like I could forgive you all I want, but you still felt the need to put your fist in my mouth, and I kind
yeah,
of don't like that. I can't fully let you off of that.
for sure. That's tough. I mean, but I guess in the situations with coworkers, whatever. But like, it's us homeboys. We was bro. It would be really hard for me, and like I don't know. This I might need your hearts again. I don't know why. I've probably been the one friend that's probably beef with most of his homeboys at some point. But like, I just don't think if we ever got to that point, if we ever actually fist, I don't know how this relationship would be. Like for real. Like, and I've had some close calls. Both two of y'all on this pod, we had some close calls. Actually, you know what? I'm lying because one I actually did officially like we did scuffle and we are still cool. So I guess, but like still, I've always just I don't know. I don't like that, man. I'm not with putting my hands on somebody at
Yeah.
all,
I
man.
I feel like the setting plays a lot into it. Like we see like just to give you a different like perspective and another variable on that like could it be the setting, could it be like just there's people around, like I don't feel like it like that emotion kind of scarred me. So regardless of how, if we cool after the scuffle or
Hmm.
anything like that, that particular setting scarred me
That's true.
in that particular
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
emotion.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
So I don't know if we could ever get back to that same tip. But if it was just like oh we in here playing 2K, and it's one of those things where just to use that same example, we in here playing 2K.
hey, hey,
It's just
man,
the two
me
of
and
us, and
Joe
it's
almost went to their office of 2K.
We almost went there.
but yeah, it's just one of those things like oh it could go there. It's like okay, let's step outside, handle this real quick, and then we hem each other up, and then come
Yeah.
back to it. Like
Yeah,
do you
that's
feel like
yeah.
in that moment, like it would be like okay, like we could definitely get back to where we was at. It was just we
No,
just had to step out and handle that,
yeah, you
or it
made a good
was
point because in all my situations with what I'm saying, okay, so with like the one homie we actually did, it was just us on the humdrum, and I do feel like that's why we probably still cool because it was just us at that moment when that happened. Now, like when I think back about the two situations with like when me and you almost got into it, Breezy, or when me and Rod almost got into it, like
Yeah.
it was people around. Like, well, when me and Rod almost got into it, like
Yeah.
we was young. That's some high school type stuff. Like, so we was fools. Excuse me. Back in the day, I don't know why as kids we used to play this game in high school where we would jack each other up and throw each other on the lockers. Like this is what we would
Right.
do. And for people that don't know, jacking, you would grab somebody by like they shirt. Y'all can't see me.
Or a
Yeah, you would
sweater.
grab them up by their shirt,
Don't be
sweater,
wearing a
collar,
good sweater
whatever,
like the scene
and
got
you
on today.
you would
Don't wear a
throw it
good sweater
up.
like that.
You would grab them up and you would force them onto a wall or a locker or whatever. So we used to do that as a group, as a team to each other. It was fun, all fun and games, But Gerard really got the best of me one day. My man Jake really got the best of me one day. We was all rolling out to Taco Bell, and I need your help with the story because I don't even remember. It was a bunch of us. I don't know. I guess we were skipping
Yeah.
class or whatever,
Yeah,
and I don't know if I got him real
Oh
good
yeah. I was waiting
earlier
on
in
that.
the
you
day.
did.
Is that what happened? I think I got him.
So
I,
you got
I got
him.
him with a good one earlier, and this man waited for the
You
right
jacked him up
moment.
against the lockers.
Yeah, I got a nasty one on him. And then like we skip in lunch or whatever, pull up to Taco Bell, it's the homies. We got some girlies. And this man gave me the jack up of my life. And I wish
Yo,
I still
that
need to
man's
find the
feet lifted
picture.
off the
There's
ground.
a classic picture from that on Facebook where my collar to the side, white tee all messed up. Like, yeah, no, it was an elite jack up. He got me, and at that moment, I'm pretty sure I thought about laying hands and feet
I'm
on
sure
him
you
for real.
did, bro.
And I'm yes, and I'm sure that would have changed the whole trajectory of our relationship. Maybe it wouldn't have. I don't know because again, when you're that young and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
you do dumb stuff like that. Now with me and Fab, now we was in college. I don't know, man. Well,
it was
I feel like we were both drunk or was maybe we were both drinking
Was
And
this still at FIU, right?
This was at
Yeah.
FIU. It was at FIU. I know it was FIU, and it was at nighttime. I noticed there was a bunch of people around. There was some homies, and obviously some
Super
girls.
Four Locals.
Oh, we was all Four Locos. Is that what it was? We was all Four
literally-
Locos. And I don't even know what this was warranted or whatever, like how we even got to this situation. But I know we was passing around a football. And how I remember it, and again, like my memory's fuzzy. I thought I just asked him to throw me the ball. That's how I remember it. But when he threw me that ball, it's not like a little toss like, yeah, here you go, dog. Nah, this man, he turned into Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, that boy threw that with a good hand.
And that beamed me, bro. What beamed me dead in my face, and I literally had a split moment where I had to really think, like, am I about to fight this man? Because at that point, me and Fab now we've been together 10 years. That's my dog. All of us have been friends for a long time. But that moment, we only been friends for a little bit. I really had to contemplate, like, yo, I think I might have to put some hands on him because, bro, it's the optics. And like you were saying, like, there was people around, you know what I'm saying? Like, girls, homies, and something that's like, I don't even feel like that was warranted for me just asking you to throw the football. But again, I'm glad I took that split second and did not decide to put hands on him because, again, that could have changed the whole trajectory of our relationship to this day. So
I feel like when it comes to like fighting your friends, I feel like you said, it is setting, but it is also like the circumstances of the situation, and then also like where someone else's heart posture is. Because like if Fabrice, beamed you with a football, y'all got into a fight, and then later on it was
still
like,
ain't apologized to this day.
Right.
To this day, still ain't apologized. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that on the back.
Fab,
Still ain't apologized.
I mean, do you need
that's
a
just how he
moment,
is.
brother? We can.
Right. Do you want a moment to apologize?
That's just how my guy is.
So he can let that hurt go.
I know it's good. It's gone because I understand. Because like I said, we've been down 10 years plus. I know who my dog is. So he ain't. And it's cool. Right. But I just know he still ain't do that.
I think if y'all did fight for you, I feel like for you, and sometimes like down to the person, if y'all did fight for you, Cassine, and Fabrice didn't apologize, y'all wouldn't have been cool afterwards. But y'all didn't fight, so y'all would like, it was kind of like one of those things. It mulled over. It was like, okay, it was something stupid. But if y'all fought, y'all wouldn't have been friends over because like Fabrice, like you said, he didn't apologize. Fabrice, especially back during that time period, Fabrice probably has gotten better. But like during that time period, Fabrice was kind of like, hey, sucks to suck.
For sure. I think that's what he said to me too. I think he just hit me with the little shrug. And like I said, I had a split moment. I'm like, bro, I'm really about to go ahead and just do this. But I don't know. I guess a bigger call and had me like, nah, you know what? I fuck with this dude a long way. This is my guy. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be heated. He gonna know I'm heated. He gonna feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you gonna feel it. He gonna know I'm heated. But it just ain't went there. I probably also didn't want to lose my scholarship, which I lost anyway. But
we all lost some shit.
there was other things in play. Not wanting to get expelled from school or whatever the case may be. There's other factors, but I felt like I made the right decision.
I feel like you get close to fighting your friends just because like you have a huge personality.
Dude,
like
man.
And like when you hot, you hot. Like when you hot, you on one. Like even me and you, like I don't think we've gotten close to fight, but we've had like arguments.
Oh, for sure.
And it's like because of our personalities. Huh?
I said for sure we had some arguments, for sure.
Right. And because of our personalities, we're not gonna back down. But we also like, for me, like you kind of play off energy. So for me, I'd be like, man, whatever. Like I'm not gonna talk to you. Like I'm good. And that'll annoy you. But like if somebody like has your same energy and they like, oh, okay, like I got good energy too, you be like, okay, let's fight.
Oh yeah, I'll bring it. For sure.
Like you be like, okay, let's fight.
You right on that. I definitely like to match the energy. If you coming with it, I'm coming with it too. Like, but if you chilling, I'm good. Like look, like I said at the start of the pod, I am non-violent. I'm good on that. I am non-violent, but you're not about to talk to me crazy.
Hey, that's the fact, bro. All right.